Good evening, mortals. Tonight we're going to be doing something a little different. We haven't done one of these in a while. Tonight we're going to be touching a little bit on this, Josie the Tiger and the Fish, because apparently some silly people are making comments about it that just make no sense, honestly. Maybe it's my ancient sensibilities as a vampire, but, I disagree with most of them. But here to help us on our journey, not officially, but in a reaction sense, we have Shoe0nHeads. This video, well, this one for me is going to be a vampire reacts to Shoe0nHeads. Is this the average male fantasy?
Money, status, fast, expensive cars. What is the ultimate male?
Yes, I realize that it apparently started a little into it, but oh well.
Fantasy? Is it fame, fortune, 3 hot chicks at once? Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, maybe, but that's not mine, honestly. Happiness?
No, according to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
Men on the internet. Oh, there she is. Pointing this out now, I actually have watched this movie. I bought it when it came out, and I may have seen it in theaters. I don't recall completely. But it's a sweet movie. It really is.
This is literally just a fetish.
Why? How? How? And this was on the 10th. What is wrong with you people? How? I mean, maybe for some people, but damn.
I fucking hate men so much.
Oh my God.
Men are why we can't have nice things. As I was working on an upcoming video, I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter, where I
Yeah, you know, that might be a terrible mistake. I hear Blue Sky is pretty bad too.
saw this post.
Wait, what was the post?
Logging onto Twitter, where I saw this.
All men just have perverted fantasies, the average male fantasy. What, love? Love is a perverted fantasy now? What is wrong with 2025, honestly?
Post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish, a movie about a college student who is assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love.
God, she's adorable too. She's an adult, by the way.
Many men were yearn posting in the replies of this tweet and talking about how they wish to fall in love and would love a relationship like this, while many others, mostly women, were
Oh no. Oh no, here it comes. What is it? And what the hell's wrong with your finger? Shoe? What is wrong with your finger there? It's like ultraviolet or something.
absolutely f***ing disgusted at this. Why would a bunch of men be fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right? Also,
Yeah, especially if that's all you focus on is the fact that she's in a wheelchair. None of the story. Obviously, you don't know anything about the story. You're just like, small clip, she's in a wheelchair. This must be some sort of fetish content.
just unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about
Wait, hold up.
predatory, right? Also just unrealistic and problematic. Well,
What, people in wheelchairs can't have relationships? Only if there's a predator and something problematic involved?
in this video, we are going to be talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused as to why.
I mean, yeah.
We are also going to be reading some absolutely unhinged tweets, as usual.
Oh, great. Better her than me. I don't have time to do this research right now.
To get to the bottom of why such a wholesome post turned into
That's not a wholesome post, honestly. Oh, okay, no. This part is the unwholesome part. This part it's totally wholesome.
Turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war. Men versus
Gender
women,
war.
women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, the dealing with dating apps.
Dating apps suck, by the way. Honestly, I'm not sure any of them are actually real. I think they're just places for ladies to try to hawk their OnlyFans at this point. Anyway.
Prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunettes or blondes? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean shaven? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let's quit.
No, we're not doing. Sorry, Shoe. I'm not keeping your plug. No plugs.
Most tourist of all the tourists.
Tourists of all the tourists. What?
Yeah, hi. I have a question. Was the upskirt shot necessary in order to advance the plot? I watched Pokemon.
I mean, let's be honest. It's Japanese animation. Fan service is in there somewhere. Always. Always.
And Sailor Moon when I was a kid, and
Yeah.
a few years ago I watched Beastars on Netflix. Legoshi, best boy. Not a furry, by the way.
Wait,
And
what did
honestly,
she say?
That's about it for my. A few years ago I watched Beastars
What did she
on
say?
Netflix. Legoshi, best boy. Not a furry, by the way.
Okay.
And honestly,
she had to confirm that just to be safe.
that's about it for my anime consumption. Unless you're counting VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I watch a lot of anime.
I mean, you can come watch me anytime, Shu.
But because of this clip
That is an invite, by the way.
going viral, I watched Josie the Tiger and the Fish, and, well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching it. I thought it was a really cute...
It's fantastic. I love it. I haven't watched it recently, but I love it. It's great.
Good story. I only cried a little bit, and I completely understood what the tweet meant.
Hits you right in the feels. By the way, this is going to be a long video, apparently. I'm 7 minutes into hers and 7:16 into mine.
By calling it the average male fantasy. So, what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go so viral in such a negative way?
Because the internet is made of douchebags. That's my thought.
Why were thousands of people angry at this post? Well, let us dilly-dally no longer and read some of these angry replies to get a better understanding of what the issue is, shall we?
Maybe.
Wholesome male fantasy, and it's fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control. Oh!
What? Excuse me, what? Wholesome male fantasy and is fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control. What? How? You clearly have not seen this movie. You are clearly just being a troll on the internet.
Girl for him to control. Oh!
There's no way.
Oh no. They think, oh god, why? Always.
Because the internet's made of douchebags. Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. I mean, that's like most media in the past however many years. The whole concept of Legend of Zelda. Any dungeon crawler where you're saving the princess. Mario for... Jesus.
Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. Where are these fan fictions coming from? There were like hundreds of tweets just like this. Why did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy, together?
God.
I know, unheard of. Why did they see that and then immediately come to these conclusions? Like, as someone who actually watched the movie, Josie is not always happy. And she's absolutely not portrayed as some, like, vulnerable, ooh-woo...
I mean, I haven't seen it in a minute, but yeah, no. She's not vulnerable ooh-woo. She definitely has her own character arc, and she, being as she wasn't born that way, she's a paraplegic by happenstance, not by choice. She's definitely got the depression side of it. The, I don't need your help. I can still do things on my own type stuff.
Sex doll waifu. She's
Wow,
boisterous. She kind of has
I paused that on the wrong moment.
a foul mouth. She's very sassy and headstrong. She like straight up calls him her servant.
Yeah. Yeah, she might rub in a little bit that he's obligated due to being paid to do what she says.
She was also very depressed. She basically never left her house.
Exactly.
She was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But they actually...
What the hell is a girl failure? I gotta look this up. Urban Dictionary. Let's look at this. Girl failure. Wow, damn. The first thing, you probably. What's a girl failure? Looks in the mirror. Damn. No, that's just stupid. So, according to this, a girl failure is a girl, fictional or non-fictional, that is on the verge of breaking down, is mentally unstable in a way that has become endearing or gives one the urge to protect and comfort them. All right. I mean, I think Shoe's, from what I am understanding, Shoe's doing pretty well for herself, so.
show her disability.
Definitely a former thing.
Not in a good way. Like, they don't romanticize it. They don't sugarcoat it. And I noticed, unlike a lot of movies, unlike a lot of romance movies, at least like the Hallmark kind,
oh
where
my God.
it's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life from the quirky, cute female lead. He's already...
Yeah, the Giga Chad that has never had a woman, and then, you know, the right flower girl comes along and teaches him to live for real.
Got his shit together. And she learns to live life from him. He encourages her to live her dreams. And in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet. Also,
yeah, honestly, it's also, if memory serves, not about him sacrificing his whole life to take care of her. If I recall correctly, he actually is still able to live his dream as well. That's
the animation was really good. Is anime good? Have I been sleeping on anime this entire time? His fantasy is that she becomes permanently disabled and helplessly dependent on him, but can still eat a sandwich. Sounds of...
Wow. Okay, what the... One second. Alright.
About right. Oh my God. After watching the movie, these tweets are even more insane. But even putting the movie aside...
I haven't watched it in a minute, and yeah, no, they are definitely insane. He is not some psychotic misogynist just trying to turn her into some sort of slave girl.
Just seeing that, like, cute montage out of context. Where the fuck are they getting this? These are very clearly just...
Hell. They're getting it from hell. People that... The only people I can understand looking at this like this are people that are happy about other people's loneliness, and they just hate people. Because honestly, how can you look at something like this and be angry about it?
Two happy people. But because the caption was the average male fantasy, their mind immediately goes to the darkest, worst faith interpretation of this. The problem is these people can't see any humanity in men. They can't see...
I mean, being one of those, I can tell you, I am not solely out here looking for women to subjugate. I really wish that people would think for once.
Any humanity in humanity in general. Average male fantasy equals girlfriend with
Wow.
no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience and compliance. Sounds about right. You males are weird for fetishizing physically disabled women.
It's not a fetish. What the? Oh my God. It's not about the fact that she's in a wheelchair. It's the relationship. The fact that, you know, they have their differences, but they learn to live together and be happy.
Average male fantasy is having a physically disabled girl that they can abuse however they want.
Oh my
Got
god.
it. Not
If anything in this movie, the one who gets any kind of abuse is him.
be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. The
Be that guy.
infantilization of the physically disabled here is a little, dare I say, ableist?
Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's calling him out now. It really is, though. But, yes, there are people in the world of all different walks of life that they may have something rough, but, you know, a lot of them make the best of it. They're not around trying to be a victim. So, you know, treating them like that's all they are and they can't be anything without somebody else's kind of stupid.
The implication here that people in wheelchairs cannot find love, and if they do, the person who loves them literally just loves them because they can't run away. Weird.
Oh my god! That's a take. Holy shit. Wow!
Weird. Average men can't
Exactly.
even be nice to their healthy and normal girlfriends.
Ziegler.
What makes you think they'll be able to handle a disabled person as their lover? Whoa. Normal?
Yeah. Normal. Damn. Damn! You know, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that got made paraplegic by some accident or some unfortunate part of their life, and they're probably kicking more ass than a lot of people out here.
What do you mean by normal? These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it? Chat? Chat? I don't even live stream. Who's chat? I'm disabled,
Yeah.
blind.
No, that is a good question. I can't even say it myself because I'm not live streaming this either.
So I showed this to my boyfriend. He says, I love you because you're you, and you make my days happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you. Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry.
I mean, by the logic that we've been getting here thus far for most of these posts, yes, that is what they are suggesting.
Sorry you had to find out this way. You show this as
He's only
fantasy
here to
because
take
it's not
advantage of
true
you.
for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. No, the fantasy is the woman
What?
appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled.
What? Damn. So the blue one clearly has a brain in their head. The other one is clinically brain dead. We'll just put it that way.
Your meds, schizo.
Exactly.
I don't even know that f***ing guy. What do you mean stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you? Also, the majority of men participate in abuse of disabled people. Are you okay?
No,
the majority
they aren't.
of men are not abusers. That is a very, very small minority of men.
Correct.
The majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out.
I mean, I'm not sure about waiting on GTA 6. Rockstar could totally send me a copy to stream live if they wanted. But the rest of that, I mean, for the most part, probably is true. It's going to be different if you're in a relationship or if you're an actual family man, but yeah. That's the long and short of it.
That is the majority of men. Men commit 95% of all rape, but okay.
Wow.
Barging into the romance section of...
Damn it. I'm just going to say right now, I'm not really good enough at editing yet to get these out of here. I'll see what I can do, but forgive me. I didn't post it. It was Shoe.
Barnes & Noble, like, attention everyone!
Wow.
Where is that coming from? So close. This is fetish content.
No, it's...
Yes, the...
Oh my god! I'm fairly certain they don't even, like, have sex or any kind of relations in this movie. The most they might do is, like, kiss and snuggle.
dirtiest, most taboo of all fetishes. A happy relationship. Honestly, in 2025, that might be true.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a wife and kids? You sick fuck. But this is literally just a perverted fantasy, LMAO.
No!
You
No!
think it's a perverted fantasy
You're a Nimrod! No!
because... How do I put this nicely? You are a pervert. Literally seeing a cute montage of a male and female character having fun together, being in love together, and being like, rape! He's a rapist! This is a fetish! Are these people okay?
Oh my God.
Stop watching porn.
No, they aren't. They aren't. We need to bring back shame. Shame is a thing that needs to happen, I think. The internet, while a great advent and, technological marvel, has definitely decensored people to a lot of stuff.
Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire. Or whatever
Seems
the fuck
legit.
you read. I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blush. Or so I've been told.
Nice face.
This is literally just a fetish. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody out there who's like, she can't run away, she has no legs.
What the? Oh my God. Shoo, I feel a little dirty. What the hell is that? Oh.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's nobody out there who has a crippled, disabled fetish, okay?
There are definitely people out there for all kinds of things. Rule 34 exists for a reason. Don't look that up if you don't know what it is.
I've been on the internet for 20 years. I've been on DeviantArt. I've seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority of people, probably most, if not all the people responding to this, do not have a cripple fetish, okay? In fact, her being in a wheelchair basically has nothing to do with it. Much like how females coom over, like, vampires or, like I said before, the...
Do they? I need to find these women.
Billionaire werewolf fantasy. This is just the average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy?
Here it comes. Let's see if Shoo can get it right.
The average male fantasy is the fantasy of both men and women alike. It is simply to love and to be loved. But more
Jackpot!
specifically, the male fantasy is to be a protector and a provider for those that they love. Put a pin in this because...
Yeah. No. 100%. Opening up a little bit here. I can definitely tell you that for very many years, I myself have had just that. And that's, well, not have had, as in have had the desire for. So yeah, I completely agree with Shoo here.
Because we are going to come back to this in a big way, trust me. The average male fantasy is being a globally known terrorist.
What? Huh? No, what? Okay, now we're just fully trolling right now.
The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat. The average male
Okay. And yes, in 2025, this one is definitely relevant.
Fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here. Pedophile alert.
Oh
Men
my
want
God.
Disabled child wives.
What?
Average male fantasy is a disabled child. More proof that men are pedos.
Oh my
That's
God.
a little girl. This is weird. So, first of all...
let me remind everybody out there that petite women do in fact exist. Short, petite women do exist. Just throwing that out there. I mean, if this is the thing, anybody who's ever, gone on a date with a little person is apparently some sort of offender.
She's literally older than the guy. The guy is 22 and she is 24. In anime years, he is practically hag maxing. And yes, she may be physically...
Wait, what was that? Meet the hag maxers, Gen Z's new social trend of dating older women. A very strange phenomenon is making its rounds on social media. Gen Z men are ditching casual sex with their women to pursue long-term relationships with financially stable and experienced millennial ladies. Interesting.
And yes, she may be physically disabled, but aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way?
Damn, what? Shoo! Well, I mean, at least we know she's calling her husband that too.
At least the ones in my audience. they will freely admit this. Maybe she, the older woman, is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that?
She looks like an 11-year-old child. Where are her breasts?
Why are you curious about... Damn, if she's a child, why are you after that? Oh my god.
First of all, really weird way to say that. She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how
Exactly.
anime women have huge boobs. It's disgusting, Coomer brain or whatever. But if the anime woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a chimo. Also, if she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like, wow, look at this sexualization of the disabled. Also,
Yeah, probably. Probably, let's be honest, probably. People today are complaining about everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can make the most on-point media for any group of people, and at least half that group is probably still going to find things to complain about. Let's be honest.
you know, like, adult women can be flat-chested, right? Like, that actually exists in real life.
Yeah.
Like, adult human women can have small boobs. We love
And if you've watched Game of Thrones, you are definitely aware of that.
all titties here on the Shoe0nHead channel. All titties is good titties. End of story.
Women fantasy, a boyfriend with depth and the loving, soft, deeply caring side of them. Men's fantasy, 12-year-old anime girl who looks and speaks like a toddler.
What?
Also
She doesn't do that at all in this film.
notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child. Yuck.
What?
Have you people ever seen a child? No, you're all childless. Silly me. She's not even that short. She's
Oh
just
my God.
sitting. See, like when they're laying side by side.
Yeah, yeah. She's about, you know, the good height difference between a man and a woman. Just saying.
She's like a
I might like petite women. Shut up!
full-grown adult woman. Why do these people look at this and immediately think of child rape? Go to therapy.
Yeah.
And listen, I know with
Please.
anime it can get a little
Please.
weird, right? Like, excuse me,
Without a
Poo
doubt,
Poo
please.
Pee-Pee-chan is 2,000 years old, and this is Poo Poo Pee-Pee-chan. But this
What? Okay, that's terrifying. I don't think I want to ever watch whatever anime that was.
does not even look like a child. This looks like a cute woman.
Yeah.
This is like a random rant, but
I
I
agree.
feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all like the insta baddies, the e-thoughts, the e-girls, the muscle mommies,
Damn.
the boss babes, the boy babes.
Okay, what?
But I feel like every woman is just hot now. Which, by the way, I don't think is healthy for the male psyche whatsoever. You shouldn't wake up and be able to scroll through pictures of, like, the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life, like, 20 times before you've had, like, your morning cup of coffee.
Oh my God.
You shouldn't log in and immediately be one-shotted by 10 10s all day, as if that
To be fair, I'm not sure there are that many tens in existence, just saying.
wouldn't make you go insane, as if that wouldn't make you crash out. Like, back in the day, you'd probably see, like, one fine dame on your bus ride to work, and you'd think about her for 40 years until the day you die.
She was over here reminiscing about the 1920s.
That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Now every woman is like a crazy, hot, unobtainable Instagram goddess with the fattest of ass. Zoomers don't know how good we had it. You'd go to Blockbuster and the 21-year-old cashier behind the counter would be the most adorable woman you've ever seen. No Botox, no lip filler, just a pure soul, full of joy and whimsy. And now
What happened? Honestly, what happened? It's so sad. What happened?
women are full of hate and SSRIs.
Oh.
But they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been.
They're hot, but that mind might explode any minute.
They're hotter and more depressed than they've ever
Exactly.
been in history. Sad. What were we talking
Sad.
about? Oh yeah, anime. I
Any
didn't take
move.
my Vyvanse today, could you tell?
What?
Men's fantasy, a big titty woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex.
Oh.
Women's fantasy, gets treated like a queen and a man who keeps tracks of our periods so he can take care of us.
I think I
Wow.
speak for a lot of women here when I say our fantasies do not, in fact, include men tracking our periods. Personally, if my
There's some real dark connotations there, actually.
husband was like, honey, just a reminder, you're in your luteal phase. I'm taking the kids.
Men like to pretend they want this and then they beat their wife when dinner isn't ready or their son when he's misbehaving.
First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
But there are in fact good men out there. I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience.
Maybe. Maybe. But, you know, I can't speak for myself. That's for somebody else to see from the outside.
Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face.
Jeez.
This is the Shoe0nHead audience. You're all gremlins.
Male fantasy
I'm not a
equals
gremlin,
woman
I'm
that
a
can't run
vampire,
away from
thank
him.
you.
A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men
Wow.
are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst. Men are guilty until they prove themselves innocent.
You know what?
Okay.
I take my opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech.
Yeah, no more free speech without checking your stupidity at the door. We don't like willful ignorance on this channel.
No more free speech until you bitches learn to behave.
A woman's fantasy is a man who won't rape her, and a man's fantasy is raping a woman.
Wow.
I'm sorry, where is the rape, ma'am?
Maybe that's how you see it, because you're brainwashed to hate men.
So true. I hate how
Wow. Just, She makes some good videos. That's why we're reacting today, and I hope I'm doing enough.
But in reality, women are the real demons here.
In my experience, yes. 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 Correct.
Oh, God damn it. We just want a happy relationship. Is it so much to ask for?
Apparently it is, but 1,200 people agree.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh look, more misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men. This is why 70% of
Oh.
anime is garbage.
This part's going to be great if she does what I think she's going to do. Wait for it.
So, here's the thing. That, misogynistic gooner fantasy slob written by misogynistic gooner men was actually written by Saiko Tanabe.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, it's 2025. Maybe she's one in disguise.
A woman wrote this story. And I feel like a very important detail everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man loving you for who you are despite
How can you not look at that and see how wholesome it is? What is wrong with people?
your flaws, literally sweeping you off your feet and carrying you around on adventures, helping you live out your dreams, face your fears, and supporting you through the good and bad times. You're going to sit here and tell me that's not the female fantasy too? Is this
It's definitely the male fantasy for some.
not the basic female fantasy? Is this not the knight in shining armor coming to rescue you and falling in love with you? Why on earth are so many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantics? Are men
I don't know about all men, but some of us are for sure.
now the ones yearning for a fairy tale romance? Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman?
Weird.
Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the knight in shining armor. Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And
Oh
women
my
are like,
God.
no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist.
Damn, let's clap for this this true art in dramatic form here. Yes, I know, I can't clap. It's sad. I gotta figure that out.
Is that what is occurring here? Also, that aside, there literally is a gender-swapped version of this story.
Oh.
The Perfect World. It is a manga. Manga?
Manga.
I don't know. Do not come for me, weebs.
Men will statistically leave their wives and partners the moment they find out they're disabled or have a life-threatening condition. You're right, it is a fantasy.
I'd like to see the statistics behind that.
Actually, that study was debunked by the authors themselves, who admitted they did the math wrong. It's actually not much higher, but
Wow.
then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen to people, it's terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through
Yeah.
health. But that's not really the point here. And the fact that so many people are focusing on the wheelchair part of this just proves that they just don't get it. The one
100%. The wheelchair is just a mechanism in this movie, in this story. It's there, but it's just a mechanism to, change up a more classic love story. It's a new approach to it. Just like if what is it? I have it here. What is it? I think it's a silent voice. I gotta look this up now. Is that what it is? Yes, a silent voice. The mechanism in that one is the girl is deaf. And, she does her best. And the guy is kind of a dick bag when he's a child, but then he goes through life, he re-meets her, and I'm not going to ruin the story for you. Go watch A Silent Voice. I liked it so much I bought bought 2 omnibuses. That is the entire manga.
Of pure mind and pure soul get it, but these fucking semen demons out here, they don't get it. But not all semen demons.
The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me.
What? It's that simple. It's maybe we're a dying breed. Maybe that's the problem. We're a dying breed, and as a result, people don't understand us.
They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money.
Ah, thank
Correct.
you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her
Oh.
a pick-me.
Pick-me alert.
Yeah, here it comes.
Least obvious pick-me. Me, pick me please. Hope he picks you, sis. Pick me, pick me, pick me. An incel could have written this.
Just saying, if she lives up to the hype, drop a guy a line. Just saying.
Fuck. Why are so many VTubers either pick-me's or racist?
You mean why do so many female VTubers
Uh-oh.
disagree with you?
Here
Why
comes
so
a
many
rant.
aren't towing the mainstream liberal feminist NPC line? Because they can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against
Just pointing this out here. American flag in the background aside, isn't she part of the left? Isn't she a progressive or something? Or a liberal? I swear Shoe was.
other women is social ostracization. You don't want to be seen as a pick-me or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles. But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous. They can say anything
Like me. But I still kind of, try to keep politics out of most things.
they want. They're basically wearing a mask. They're free from the chains of the eternal HR Longhouse. But
The
apparently,
eternal
being
HR
anonymous
Longhouse?
online
What?
does not save them because they still get doxxed for simply
Don't get any ideas, mortals. Please don't.
not hating men. Lovely. Maybe I should save this rant for a different video someday. Moving on.
Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way.
First of all, men make all the things. Thank
Oh,
you.
wow.
Thank you. Also, I just realized
Wow.
it was a man
Damn.
saying that. It was a whole ass man saying men are why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
I don't deserve this trophy.
Yeah,
This
they
is for
do
you,
that.
sir. This is for you. I'm not worthy. Listen, I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda aimed at women. But you will never catch me in a million years saying some shit like women are why we can't have nice things.
I mean, yeah. If she's going the way I think she is, people need to stop hating themselves to try to get value points. I don't know. There's a lot of people that'll say, oh my God, I hate what I am, as if that's somehow going to gain them favor with people that are not what they are.
I have a mom, I have female family members, I have female friends, maybe one day I'll have a daughter. Women make the world a
I want
beautiful
one.
place, and like men, can be flawed and deserve criticism, like anyone else. But there's something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race. Oh God, race. Self-hating white people. Don't get me started on self-hating white people. White people are so evil. I hate being white. White people can't dance. White people food is so gross. You're not getting into Wakanda, bro. You're not getting invited to the cookout. Enough.
Oh, perfect.
But yeah, women were not the only
Yeah, honestly, people, there's enough things to be depressed about in this world. You don't need to hate yourself for the way you were born. This is how you are. You can't change it. So, you know, give up that part of self-hate. Really.
Only ones who had a problem with this. There were a lot of men who didn't quite relate to this being the average male fantasy.
It's fine to love the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that. But to glorify it? This anime is certainly Marxist propaganda.
What?
The movie is about him taking a job as her caretaker, and when he learns of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true. So it is Marxist propaganda to help a disabled person pursue their dreams? Yeah, it's woven in. Empathy is the target of propaganda.
Marxism is when girl in wheelchair. I love this. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media that makes you feel empathy is communism. Political brain rot. If you're at the point where you see this and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off. You are unwell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but when I reproduce, I don't want a high probability of my
Oh my
offspring being
God.
mentally or physically retarded. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded.
She's
Wow.
not retarded.
I'm very glad that she blocked that part out at least.
She has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature.
What?
You absolutely know this guy has a non-white girlfriend. They all do. All these like I hate white people women always have white boyfriends. All these I hate non-white people boys always have non-white girlfriends.
Wow.
I don't know what it is, but I've seen it too many times.
That's definitely a way to look at it.
Logs off of his Black Sun Roman statue Twitter account. He's clapping Latina booty cheeks.
My fantasy is not being a simp, but okay.
Fellas, is it simping to love a woman?
Nah, this is not the male
Apparently.
fantasy. That man is a beta male. If she wasn't in a wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad.
Fellas, is it beta to love a woman?
This is not my fantasy. This is some gay shit, to be honest.
Wow.
Fellas, is it gay to love a woman?
What no pussy does to a motherfucker.
Brother, I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker. And it's
Jeez.
far worse.
Oh my God. These comments are kind of insane. Not gonna lie.
The average male fantasy is taking care of their crippled wife. I don't think I've ever had that fantasy before. I thought it was gonna be about going on some quest to kill the dragon to win the princess or something.
It is.
I mean, like I said earlier, Mario, Zelda, this has been part of human society for so long.
That is the average male fantasy. But there are no
Yeah.
dragons to slay.
How do you think these games sold so well in the first place? There's no way these games would have sold so well if people didn't look at that part of the story and be like, I want to do that.
There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy
Guilty.
box the pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself.
Guilty.
There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's
I
that Lego
can't.
set your little son can't quite put together
Can't do that
himself.
either.
Or there is this paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean. This is
No.
the princess and the dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give. And
Some of us do, for sure. 100%.
they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one way of expressing that love is solving problems. Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles.
And let's put it this way. When she's saying solving problems, I can tell you from my point of view, it's not solving problems at work. It's not doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's solving something a bit more important. Something that we actually have to step in to do that isn't just the monotonous everyday thing.
The amount of times I walked over and my husband is reading a random fucking Wikipedia article about like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II. I didn't know if this was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway, yes, men love solving problems. And in a world that makes them feel useless, makes them feel like they have no purpose, men desperately feel like they need to prove their worth. They are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So it is
true.
not at all shocking to me that the modern young
Just, the in and out of the day, the thing where people are just, oh yeah, hey, I have this problem. Okay, you fixed it. That's not helpful. a lot of times we don't get enough thanks, so we definitely need more.
Man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men don't have a chance to prove themselves, to make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything for anyone because they don't have anything to provide and they don't have anyone. They are doing everything their grandfathers did.
Yeah, pretty much.
But seeing none of the results. They're lost. What can they provide? And as I said earlier, her being in a wheelchair is the protector and provider instinct taken to a extreme. And yes, it is a fantasy considering, if you ask.
But again, the wheelchair, the being paraplegic is just a mechanism in this story. It's not something creepy. People need to chill the hell out.
Anyone who's actually in a wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and rainbows, and they know that it's hard on relationships. It can be difficult on their partner. But just like
chronic illness, something like a disability can definitely put a strain, but that's why you gotta find the right person.
in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden, but towards the end of the movie, the guy takes on that burden. Not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty, because it makes her happy, which...
Or maybe because he gives a shit about her.
Makes him happy in return. Loyalty, duty, virtue, acts of service, big or small. Men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes. Not everyone fits into these boxes, blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, it's true. When many men look at this relationship, that is what they see.
That might be what I want.
And a lot of modern women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because, in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold. They've been told they need to be.
I could see that.
The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences.
Oh, God.
Unlike the Hollywood crafted...
No. Oh, my God. Why do you have to change something good? Who is it honestly appealing to? It's just pushing a message. Who's out here saying, hey, I need all these classic Disney stories, all these classic stories. I need them retold because I don't need the old fantasy happiness. I need something for modern day.
Modern woman. This woman does need her man. She is not strong and she's not independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like an empty vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does... roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you. I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
Men simply
want that? Yeah. Yeah.
Want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live.
A
this
purpose.
Manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and or a family. Something...
Yeah, a purpose. Something like that. Something that's yours. Something that's rock solid. When the world is on fire, you can come home and you forget all of it.
Unobtainable to many people nowadays. So yes, literally one of the most normal things ever is becoming a fantasy. Sad. Also, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not...
I don't know what she's going to say next, but yeah, I'm long past that dream. That dream started a long time ago.
Going to be able to get it out of your head. And that is the male biological clock.
Truth.
Everything you do, the money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job, it will all be for something bigger and more important than yourself one day. You will come home to a warm and happy home, greeted by people who care about you, and love you, and rely on you, and...
That's the dream. I know I'm cutting her off mid-sentence, but that's the dream.
Everything will make sense then. Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist, for wanting something bigger and more important than yourself, for wanting something beautiful and normal. And that is the average male fantasy.
And that is...
And 3 hot chicks at
once.
Oh
my God!
Yeah, brother! You know what I'm saying? So that
came
was
back.
That little video. Men in the comments,
it came back to haunt
am I
us.
correct? Is that the average male fantasy?
Yes. Yes, it is. At least for me. But, yeah, I can't see anything wrong with this video, aside from the fact that I apparently took something less than half an hour long and made it into something 50 minutes plus. Anyway, mortals, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree. Also, let me know if you never want me to look at another Shoe0nHead video in recording for our reactions. Until next time, mortals, remember to keep yourselves nice and hydrated with that good sip. I'll see you in the next one.